everyone. Welcome to today's Odyssey. What if I told you a primitive crab that existed before the dinosaurs, a threatened migratory bird, and your grandmother's hospital voy are all deeply connected? Hard to imagine, right? But stay with me here. The fate of these three wildly different creatures and human health intersect in surprising ways. This is a story that explores unexpected links between ecological conservation and medical innovation. It reveals how modern medicine relies on species that ancient seas, skies, and shores long predate. In the coming minutes, we'll unravel the mystery of how an ancient crab's blood holds medicinal properties that protect human lives. Yet overharvesting it may jeopardize the survival of a rust-colored shorebird mid-flight across continents, plus the ethical questions these trade-offs surface. After this journey traversing the Americas with migrating birds, scuttling the salty shores with primeval crabs, and peering through microscopes with lab techs, you may never look at hospitals, coastlines, or the creatures inhabiting them the same again. There are always alternatives if we open our minds. I believe with care and creativity, we can safeguard both human health and the wildlife among us. But first, an understanding of how this dilemma arose. Shall we begin unraveling the mystery? Let's start with how this unassuming crab helps safeguard human health. Stay with me. It's pretty incredible. Horseshoe crabs have bright blue blood flowing through their veins, but it's not vanity or royalty that makes it so distinct. It's the life-saving properties within. Their blood contains unique cells exquisitely sensitive to bacteria. These cells swiftly detect toxins, clotting up to shield crabs from infection. Scientists harness this ancient defense mechanism to test medical treatments destined for human use. By mixing crab blood with an IV bag or vaccine sample, they can reveal dangerous contaminants before anyone gets hurt. This technique's been used since the 1970s to prevent risks from injectable medicines, prosthetics, dialysis equipment, and more. Over half of all injectable biomedical treatments in the world are screened using components of crab blood. So next time you get a routine antibiotic IV or vaccine, you can thank the marvel of evolution and immune systems within a primal marine creature for keeping you safe. Who knew a little crab could make such a difference? Now let's unravel how this ancient crab became entwined with both a threatened bird and humankind. It's quite a winding backstory. Our scene opens 400 million years ago, when horseshoe crabs first originated. Fast forward, and these creatures remained largely unchanged as dinosaurs roamed, then went extinct. Pretty incredible, right? Meanwhile, the red knot evolved with an epic annual migratory pattern spanning thousands of miles from tip to tip of the Americas. Nothing could stop them. Now enter modern humans, discovering medical potential in horseshoe crab blood. Demand took off. Here's where things get complicated, and the survival of all three became interdependent. Red knots rely on eating energizing crab eggs to fuel migratory flights, yet biomedical harvests and bait fishing were reducing crab numbers, jeopardizing this food source. In turn, human health relies on crab blood screening medical treatments for toxins, but harvesting them affects red knot egg availability. Quite the messy triangle, with each species' fate tied to the others. Maintaining balance grew challenging. And so an unexpected conservation conflict emerged where modern medicine, an ancient crab, and a long-ranging bird all intersected and impacted one another. Let's now explore the threats this delicate interdependence faces and potential solutions. This tangled triangular relationship faces many threats that jeopardize all three species. Let's break it down. Excessive harvesting of crabs for blood and as bait decimated populations. Some estimates say over 100,000 crabs die annually from biomedical bleeding alone. Habitat loss also hit hard. Shoreline development encroached on breeding and nesting grounds. Pollution impaired water and sediment quality. Climate change brought rising seas, extreme weather, and shuffled seasonal timing. Cascading effects rippled through both species. As crab numbers declined, red knots found sparse egg buffets awaiting them on migration stopovers. Lack of food weakened and shrunk bird populations. the timing of the birds arriving and eggs hatching got off. Birds came, but no eggs were there yet. Or eggs hatched, but birds were gone. It was like a perfect disaster of many threats teaming up. The future looked very worrying. Both species were sliding towards vanishing forever if nothing changed fast. Though the tangled triangle faces many threats, with creative thinking, there is hope for all three species to thrive in balance. Reducing biomedical harvests through well-enforced quotas gives crab populations room to recover while we continue researching synthetic substitute techniques. Promising progress is being made. We can also mandate improved handling practices that minimize crab mortality when extracting their precious blood. Gentle transportation and local release gives them the best odds. I believe the companies involved care and will implement ethical practices if guided. Coordinating habitat restoration efforts in key breeding and migratory sites could reclaim vital degraded grounds. Just think how fulfilling it would feel to restore these ancient crab and bird ecosystems. Adjusting biomedical harvest locations and seasons to avoid disrupting birds feeding allows us to work in sync with nature's rhythms rather than against them. And illuminating these species' worth through public education fuels wider appreciation and activism to protect their futures. Our voices have power. With open and inclusive solutions that consider all sides, balance can be restored. Humans have such potential for ingenuity and empathy. If we listen, understand, and collaborate, horseshoe crabs, red knots, and human health can thrive in harmony. If you found this story as fascinating as I did, please like and subscribe. It really helps support creating more content unraveling the mysteries of the natural world or explore any fascinating topics. I appreciate you all taking this journey with me today. Also, let me know in the comments if you have any other thoughts on this complex issue or ideas for future videos you'd like to see. I love hearing your perspectives. Most importantly, the power is in our hands to drive real-world change. Get involved with habitat efforts in your area, contact representatives about regulation, or spread awareness to your circles. Every action makes a difference. Now, whenever you get your next IV treatment or vaccine, I hope you'll think of the ancient little crab that helped keep you safe. Our interconnected web of life is filled with wonderful surprises if you pay attention.